On this video, you can see Claire doing a double crossover behind the back. She does a crossover with a jab step, then crosses it back into a shot. Simple diamond combos right here. Inside out, cross, cross, behind the back, jab step, cross, into a shot. They're doing two ball combos right here, just pound dribbles, working, getting those hands loose, getting that coordination going. Sometimes we alternate. Right now I have them doing crossovers, 2 pounds cross, 2 pounds cross. Between the legs dribbles, 2 pounds between the legs, going both ways. Working on keeping their chest up, eyes forward. Some of the girls have a tendency to bend over at the waist, put some strain on their lower back. So we try to get them to bend their knees as much as possible. Again, now we're doing crossovers, one front, one back. We like to alternate this both ways, right to left and left to right. We're going to move to one high, one low. Again, pound dribbles, trying to really keep that ball under control. Making sure each hand can work independently. We work these drills both ways. If you can get them to bend down and bend their knees, it'll really save their lower back. Here they're moving on to circling their leg, circling a leg with one ball and working it both directions. Try to have them focus on keeping their chest up. Here we're working two ball dribbles just side to side. It's windshield wipers, as they like to call them. Now we're going front to back windshield wipers or V dribbles. So we're doing same time, front and back. Now we're going to alternate. Now we got them doing the same drills, but more dynamic. So now they're doing moving, doing their two ball crossovers, moving, doing their between the legs, and moving, doing their behind the back. Now we're working on our dribbling and passing. They're partnered up, each have a ball. One is dribbling, the other one is passing the ball to the hand that's dribbling. As the ball approaches that hand, they're going to cross their basketball over to the other hand and catch the pass from their partner with the hand that was just dribbling. They'll dribble that basketball twice and then send the pass back to their partner, and the process will repeat. Again, working on coordination, their dribbling ability. Of course, it makes them go a little bit faster because they have to cross that ball over. The next transition is they're going to cross the ball between their legs when that pass comes, catch the ball, dribble it twice, send it back. If they're messing up, then you're doing something right. If they can do it all perfect and do everything you're showing them and it's 100% just great, then you're not really teaching them or showing them anything. You kind of got to let them fail until they succeed, but giving them pointers along the way. If you're just getting reps of stuff you already know and they're just practicing it, maybe a warm up they've done 1,000 times and they're just getting better at it, that's fine. But if you're trying to develop new skills, you got to let them make mistakes. Now we're moving on to behind the back, doing the same drills. We added the behind the back. So again, pounds, crossovers, betweens, behinds. Those are your bread and butter. Again, trying to keep their back as straight as possible, getting low. Try not to stand too straight up. Uh, they want to make sure they get that ball cross that ball over as fast as possible, pound that ball into the floor that they catch, and return that pass. Now we're working on our diamond drills, and in this series will be cross cross between push cross to a 1-2 step shot. Again, you want to try to keep their shoulders squared with the basket, not get too angled off. Try to stay as square as possible. Head up, chest up. Obviously, you want to go fast. Some of these girls are going a little bit faster than others. Again, none of these girls have to be here. This is all totally on their own time. This is not an actual practice or anything mandatory. This is all them just wanting to get better. Again, you want to focus on speed here. We can fix the footwork. We can fix everything, but key essentials here is trying to keep your shoulders squared as possible and you're not going diagonal. You want to step around the opponent and not diagonal. So here I'm just explaining how to do the cross, cross, jab, cross. One of the key things is when you cross that ball over after the second cross, you kind of float it and take your step and then come back the other way. So just explaining how to perform that cross, cross, jab, cross. So it's ball, ball, football, cross. Here I actually stop them so I can show the whole group, something that'll help the whole group rather than just an individual. But if they make a mistake somewhere in here, um, I'm not too worried about it, especially if they're going fast, following what we're emphasizing, which is speed, and they're getting 75% of it. I'm happy with that. I'll give them a tip on the side, but I'm not going to dwell. I'm just explaining to them that it's a cross, cross, step. So it's cross, cross, and you step as you float that ball. So cross, cross, step, cross. And then on the second one, we're doing a double between and then wrapping the ball into a 1-2 step. I'm not too worried about them developing a bad habit over a 2-hour practice if some of their reps are not perfect or if a lot of their reps are not perfect. But I do want to point out some of the things that can help correct those. So I try to pick one issue at a time and try to refine it rather than stopping the whole group and preaching to them for 20 to 30 minutes. They're never going to remember any of what I said anyway, and they're just getting less reps. So I try to get them as many reps as I can and just reemphasize the things that needed to be emphasized. And then maybe the next week we retune whatever we worked on previously and then fix whatever other issue or problem they're having with the technique. It don't matter if it's perfect, just do it. And then we'll fix everything there. So get between, between, behind, crossover, shot. Great job on that one. Between, stick with it. We don't care, stick with it. Shot. In this one, we're working on a behind the back wrap into a spin and then finishing at the hoop. Doing that same double cross, jab cross to a between, between, behind the back wrap. But on the last one, we're going to do a spin move. So we step across our body, spin, and go in for the finish. So we still want to emphasize speed. The girls have been training for a while now. They're getting tired, but we still want to emphasize the speed. However, when we see an issue, if someone's turning the wrong way or doing the wrong combo, we just pull them to the side and address them individually, help correct them, show them a tip, or provide a tip that can help them uh, do it correctly. rather than stopping the whole group. I find with girls, trying to get them to do speed can be difficult sometimes. They seem to think about the move quite a bit and want to have it perfect. For boys, you can just have boys do it and they'll go full speed, never caring if it's right. Girls will think about it for 10 minutes and maybe get 2 reps in, where boys will do it 100 times, never think about it for a second. They'll go fast, the girls will go slow and try to do it as correct as possible. Boys will do it fast, mess it up. However, with that being said, it's easier to correct them when they're going full speed and tell them what they're doing wrong. Where girls, if they never get that full speed rep, it makes it a lot more difficult to determine what they're doing wrong in order to correct it when they go slow. Uh, they can get a false sense of security thinking they can actually do the move when they can do it in practice and wonder why they can't do it in a game. We all know when the game starts, adrenaline's going, game speed's a lot faster. So the essence is you really want to try to get them going as fast as possible and then know that they're going to make mistakes and work on, one thing at a time. Don't try to correct everything at once. So here we're just adding an obstacle so the girls know to turn the correct direction. We're giving them a defender so that they know they can't spin into the defender. They have to spin away from the defender. We're just acting as an aid to help them turn the correct direction.